start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Prescott. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Rodgers going to throw.
He finds Watson complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is caught. Hits Ridley. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 60. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there, and what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. He'll be here before.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
A give running left, McAllister.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. A handoff to McAllister. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Prescott. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, And I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
The Packers at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
He's got it to the 43 here.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
Catch made by Watson on the out route.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, 626. Get 300. Get 300. Hey, 30.
Here's Rodgers. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Rodgers to throw once more. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Robert Tonyan with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers have regained the lead.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Another run with McAllister, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the lot. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
46.
46. Play action now, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. On the give, McAllister with it. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
They run with Deuce McAllister. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good, and that's going to tie us at 13. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing is Rodgers.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
26.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
46 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitz
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Running right, here's McAllister. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime with a tie score, 13-all. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
They got his man complete. And He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Rodgers now on first down. He completes it to Ridley. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones.
They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tonyan.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
An inside give to Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's a good touchdown.
Robert Tonyan.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the carry, it's McAllister. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 4th and 5. Throwing, Prescott. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover for a squad.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Murray. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. The big loss on first down leads to a tricky second down. 18 yards to go. Prescott to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Murray.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. To throw is Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A second down throw for Prescott.
Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Parham.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Donald Parham, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Cowboys go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. On play action, now Rodgers. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Julian Okwara.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Quick slant to Watson.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
Now swing pass for Dillon. And he is going to have the Packers. As they're able to get the third down conversion.
Up the middle, Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Watson.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5.
And it's a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This is McAllister.
We'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Prescott. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 4 yards the pickup, first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Up the middle they go with McAllister. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Handoff to McAllister. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now Dak. On a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Running right, Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Rodgers looking to throw. Buying time to his left. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Now Jones. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That's complete to Lamb. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked